Of course you want to talk to Parfait, because she puts things nicely. Fine, I'll fetch her for you. Rod, you're being a little harsh, and I don't like that.
Lives in a monochrome world, working from the side through her lonely eyes. It reflects the ocean and stars, but her cry echoes around the simple loss of love in her heart, making this whole fairy tale alive. Mirth and sorrow's tender embrace. This was never meant to happen. The day, the only reason you have to stay. Hear me sing my song and just keep holding on. Cinderella, why don't you stay with me tonight? We will dance until midnight comes and we could run away. Oh, we will never ever be apart. Set aside all your fears, this magic lives inside your heart. I am here, would you wanna stay with me tonight? Follow me, we will run across the bridge of fantasy. Oh, all the pain and sadness that you feel, believe in me, hold me close, don't ever let me go. Come and stay with me forever. The magic lives so long as I am here.
What's up guys, the name's Ryan Dragonhill and welcome back to Cinderella Phenomenon. So last where we left off, we started Rod's route. He's kind of being a little iffy about us and stuff, so it's not helping. So we decided, hey, we want his help. We were like, how are we gonna see him? We don't know how. He's mostly at the castle. Then Dolores like, I have an idea. Poof, you're now a maid. I feel so bad for Lucette though, because she has to act like a maid. Emmeline's personal maid. But Emmeline is nice and sweet. I want to give her a hug. Look at the pressure she has now, going to a ball and stuff. Trust me, I would not like that either. Trust me. But anyways, let's continue. We have only just exited the throne room when Emmeline stops short and I almost bump into her back. Oh god! Oh yeah, that's Mythros. Oh god, I knew that Mythros was the butler guy. I just couldn't remember because it's been so long since I played the prologue. But yeah, that's Mythros, guys. He's a witch. Your Highness, what a pleasant. Sir Mythros abruptly stops to stare at me. Hi? Why is Sir Mythros looking at me so intently? Is something the matter, Sir Mythros? No, nothing at all, Your Highness. I am just amused. Amused? Oh, you haven't met my new maid. This is Reina. Reina? There is something in Sir Mythros' gaze that I do not trust. He knows that we're supposed to be crown princess. The actual crown princess, because he's a witch, so he's kind of like, huh? Why is she a maid? I would get it. The silence is stifling, so I curtsy at him. Sir? Charming. Sir Mythros turns his attention back to Emmeline. Where are you off to on this pleasant day? Oh, just off to visit a friend. Make sure you bring your guards with you, princess. Of course. I wonder what's taking him so long. Emmeline decided to invite Rod to join us on her visit. One of the guards offered to get Rod for her, but he still hasn't yet to return. Another stands with us by the gates, ready to escort us into town. Why does the king even keep these incompetent fools if they cannot find a single person? Maybe we should go look for Rod. But then, what if he gets here as soon as we go searching for him? I sigh. I will go look for him. You can stay here. But you don't need to run errands for me. She has yet to ask me to do anything. What does she think a maid even does? I look at her solemnly, not answering her. Finally, she relents. Thank you, Reina. I incline my head just slightly before walking off. I feel like a babysitter. I cannot believe I have to search for Rod. Well, you offered to do it. So, why are you complaining? This is only slightly better than being dragged around by that broom. Well, yeah, true. I turn around the corner, nearly bump into someone. I take a few steps back just in time. Fritz! Fritz! I miss you. If you guys know if any of you knew what happened in like the last video with Karma's route, oh God, the tears they shed. I miss you, Fritz. Princess? I look up in shock. Fritz's surprise mirrors my own. Where have you been? I've been looking for you everywhere. He pauses to stare at my clothing. Why are you wearing a maid's uniform? Fritz, you remember who I am? I would never forget you, Princess Reina. But it does seem like I am the only one who remembers you. What is going on, Princess? The only people who remember me are the witches, fairies, and... Fritz, are you? I stop when I hear the sound of approaching footsteps. Shit. Hi, Rod! Fritz turns at the sound and then stoops low into a formal bow when he sees Rod. Your Highness? Rod's impassive face twists with annoyance when he sees me. Rod does not even acknowledge Fritz as he walks past him to stop in front of me. Shouldn't you be attending to my sister? I don't understand. Prince Rod, do you know why the princess is dressed like this? Rod is clearly just as surprised as I am that Fritz remembers me. Long story. You see, I was cursed by a witch, and now nobody remembers me. Oh, look, that story is short. Okay, bye. You recognize her? You remember the princess too? But if you knew, why didn't you say anything when she first went missing? And can someone explain to me why she's attending to Princess Elaine? This is... Fritz. I cut him off before he can ask any more questions. I feel Rod's gaze on my back as I turn to look at Fritz. No more questions. But Princess, right now I am a palace maid. A what? It is a long story and I have no time to explain now, so do not ask. Fritz is clearly discontent. He seems to struggle for a few moments before he finally sighs and nods. Yes, Your Highness. Though it is nice to hear someone here speaks my title, it will not do if Fritz calls me that on accident. It is just Rena for now. But I turn to face Rod. Emmeline is waiting. What? The guard could not even deliver her message? Where are you going? Emmeline wants to visit her friend's shop in town, and she wants you to go with us, Rod. Town? Ordinarily, I would not mind Fritz joining us. But right now, he might be just be unnecessary company. No! Fritz is nice, and I like him. He may very well give me away. I don't see how that's possible, but okay. Rod barely wants to speak with me when it's just the two of us. I doubt Fritz would make him more sociable. I am assuming that... Oops. I'm going back. Hold on. I am assuming that accompanying you is not an option at this point. Yes. True. Fritz looks down for a moment before looking at Rod. I am sorry to ask this of you, Your Highness, but since she refuses to let me do so, please look after Princess Reina in my place. Ridiculous. I do not need to be coddled. Even if I did, Rod could care less if I am hurt. I will do my best, Sir Fitzgerald. Oh, look at that! He finally agreed! He probably didn't mean it, but anyway. I cannot tell if he is being genuine or not. Neither can I, but he's probably not genuine at the moment. Fritz bows to the both of us. Stay safe, Rena. And you, Your Highness. Rod turns and begins to walk away without another word. Come on. Rod is silent as we make our way back to the palace gates. I am still thinking about what he said to Fritz earlier. Why would Rod agree to Fritz's request? Because he just wanted him to leave? I would like to know that as well. I stare at Rod's back as he walks in front of me. Sometimes I cannot figure out what he's thinking. Rod! Raina! Emmeline beams when she catches the sight of us. Are you ready? Rod crosses his arms. He does not look very happy with his sister. Even though Rod is younger, I cannot help but think that he often sounds like the older of the two. Really? Oh wait, yeah, Rod is the youngest. Because Emmeline is the new crown princess now. But he seems older to me because of the way he acts. I am busy, Emmeline. I can't keep dropping everything whenever you want to leave the palace. I'm sorry, but I just really needed some fresh air today. You can get plenty of fresh air on the palace grounds. I felt I needed to be off the palace grounds. Emmeline's face drops as she looks at the ground. Rod lets out an exasperated sigh before stepping inside the carriage. Come on. Rod? Just for an hour, okay? Thank you! Oh, he's being nice, it seems. I soon come to realize that it is easier to walk around town now that everyone has forgotten who I am. The atmosphere around town feels brighter. All the spiteful stares are gone. Princess Emmeline! Oh, how are you doing? Is your wife feeling better? Emmeline has responded to most of the people who know her. She seems to know a good majority of the people in town. I hang back as Emmeline speaks with the man. The night escort hovers somewhere nearby, watching for disturbances. We are going to take longer than an hour if she continues like this. I'm not going to rush her. Don't you need to return to the palace to continue whatever work it is that you were doing? Rod raises an eyebrow at me. I do have to get back to my studies. My family always comes first. If this makes Emmeline happy, then I will gladly come with her to town. It's a small thing. Happy? I look more closely at Emmeline. She is smiling, but then she always smiles. I do not understand. She's more at ease talking to the townspeople sometimes because they don't judge her. I see. Why would she have to worry about being judged? It is clear that everyone adores her. I mean, you're not wrong either, but... Emmeline takes the man's hand in hers as she wishes him well. Rod points out the gesture. See that? That's goodness. You could learn something from my sister, Raina. Is goodness pretending to be interested in the lives of strangers? You don't have to be. You can't pretend. You have to care. Pretending will not get you to do a good deed, actually. Emmeline eventually says her goodbyes before walking toward a familiar store. This is the toy shop I visited with Emmeline and Rod before. I glance at Rod and notice the expression on his face. He seems conflicted. But why? But before I can ask, Rod marches in front of me and decisively pushes open the door. Oh. Okay? When I enter, Emmeline is already hugging the shop girl, Fairytale. I think that's how you say it. Emmeline, you look as beautiful as ever. Oh, please, I look the same. You, on the other hand. Emmeline steps back before nodding, a bright smile on her face. Being in love suits you. When is the wedding? What? Wedding? Is she already engaged? I would like to know. I catch a small movement out of the corner of my eyes and turn to glance at Rod. I notice his fingers clench into a fist before he quickly hides his hand behind his back. Though his expression is as impassive as always, I notice a tenseness in his shoulders. Is Rod going to marry her? Well, we're about to find out. Simon and I haven't set a date yet. Okay, so he's not getting married to her. But it should be soon. Would you... Ryrika trails off when she notices the rest of us. Hello, Rod. Is Rod in love with her? I feel like he is. I don't know. But he seems more tense than usual. Ryrika. His tone is surprisingly static. Last time he was here, I was sure he sounded friendlier. So what can I help you with, Emmeline? Looking for another doll? Another doll? but Emmeline is not interested in dolls. Oh no, I'm just here to see you. I can't stay for long since Rod has things to do. Emmeline, I'll wait for you outside. Oh, okay. I know it is my job to follow Emmeline around, but I am not at all interested in hearing her talk to this girl. Does she even want me here? Save! I can. Okay, well, I'm going based on what I think I should do, but I think I should stay with her because Rod might want that as well, too. So, let's see what happens if we stay with her. Is that the right choice? Please tell me I chose the right choice. Before I can decide what I want to do, Emmeline has turned to look at me with a smile. This is Raina. She just started working as my personal maid today. It's not like you to make a maid follow you around. Emmeline's expression quickly becomes apologetic. I'm sorry, Raina. I realized I didn't even ask if you wanted to come with us. I just expected you to tag along. Why is she apologizing? I am meant to tend to her regardless of where she is, unless she dismisses me. I'm sure Raina doesn't mind. It's such a beautiful day today, after all. Emmeline turns to me and smiles. You don't have to wait with me if you don't want to, Raina. I won't be long. I only wanted to see Vairika for a bit. I haven't been able to see her as often since I've moved. Well, that's to be expected. Princesses shouldn't be associating with shop girls like me. Vairika has a point. Why does Emmeline insist on this? But you're my best friend. I am still not accustomed to the fact that I can't just visit you every day. Those were the good old days when we were still neighbors. I'd still live next to you if I could. Do you remember all those games of tag we used to play together when we were children? Remember how Rod always lost? The two girls laughed together at the shared memory. I try not to roll my eyes. Ugh. So they were all childhood friends. Are you sure there's nothing I can help you with? We all turn to the sound of the door chimes as the customer walks in. Excuse me. One moment. Vairika turns to Emmeline with a guilty expression. I'm so sorry, but I have to take this. No, it's alright. I'll come see you another time. I promise we can talk for as long as you want next time. Emmeline smiles and hugs her friend in farewell. I follow closely behind Emmeline as she exits the shop. Does that mean I didn't get a point? Hold on, I'm gonna go back and check. Be right back. Okay, well, we're gonna go outside. Bye, Emmeline. My time might be better spent trying to improve Rod's opinion of me. If I could get him to tell me precisely what I have done wrong, I can make up for it. I hope that would give me a good deed. I curtsy to the two girls. Excuse me, Your Highness. I shall wait outside with Rod. I cough to clear my throat. With the prince. Okay, I won't be long. I move to stand next to Rod, who is leaning against the wall. Oh, I'm assuming that was the right choice. What? Rod sighs in annoyance. Why do you keep on following me? Tell me how to rectify whatever wrong I have done to your family. This again? I cannot help but scowl at Rod's answer. You spout all this nonsense about goodness but refuse to help me. How is that good? You haven't given me any reason to help you. What? If you're not serious about genuinely learning how to be good, then I'm not interested in helping you. Maybe I can catch him off guard by bringing up his response in the toy shop just now. Fine, then I will make normal conversation. Who is Vairika to you? You like her, right? Has she done something to hurt your family too? Vairika is a childhood friend. She's not like you at all. Oh? Then why are you acting so cold to her? You obviously did not want to be inside the shop. Rod looks away from me and absently kicks a pebble on the ground. Hey, look at that. That was actually the right choice now. That is none of your business. I sighed, disappointed with Rod's reaction. Rod turns away from me as Emmeline exits the shop. Ready to go? Emmeline nods with a small smile. The two of us begin to make our way to the palace again. By the time we return to the palace, evening has fallen. I hope we're not late for dinner. The minute the carriage door opens, we are greeted by two familiar faces. Sir Alcaster and Sir Maestro stand before us. Fuck you, Alcaster! I'm sorry that I had to express that because if you watch my route with Karma, you'll understand. You'll totally understand. Unless you've played the game yourself, then you totally understand, right? Princess Emmeline, Prince Rod, I was on my way to look for you when Sir Maestros informed me of your whereabouts. He glares at the knight escort and the knight shrinks back. Sir Alcaster turns sharply to me afterwards, his eyes narrowed. Why is he looking at me like that? It was getting late and the queen was worried. I'm so sorry. Princess Emmeline, Prince Rod, it is almost time for dinner. Please, let me escort you inside. Sir Maestros gestures for them to follow him. I'm about to follow after them when Sir Alcaster suddenly moves to block my path. Excuse you, bitch, can you move? His eyes are cold. He opens his mouth to say something, but then closes it and shakes his head. You are dismissed, girl. You may go back to your quarters. But that is an order. His gaze is piercing. Even when I was a princess, I was not able to stand up to that gaze. Yes, sir. Well, you can't go back to your room. That's the one thing you can't. After dinner, I make my way back to the room assigned to me. As I walk down the hall, I notice Rod heading in my direction. Rod? He suddenly grabs my arm and pulls me away, down the hall. Hello? Where are you taking me? Rod does not answer and just continues moving until we reach an unfamiliar door. Yes? May I help you? What is going on? Rod cuts me off by placing a finger on my lips. He looks around warily before finally pulling me in through the door with him. Oh. Why are we here? This place. I have heard of this place before, but have never seen it. Is this a secret passage that leads into town? Rod does not answer me. He simply keeps walking, and I see no other option but to trail after him. How is it that you know this place? He still refuses to answer. Are you deaf? Rod suddenly stops and I bump into his back. I stumble back with a scowl. You ask too many questions. Well, I'm curious, okay? Because you refuse to answer any of them. I glare back at him until Rod makes an exasperated sound. Lady Parfait is the one who told me about this passage. It makes sneaking out of the palace easier. Parfait? She did not give me any explanation as to how she knew of this place. There are only meant to be 2 copies of the keys. The king has one and Sir Alcaster has the other. Then why do you have a key? Don't tell me you stole it from the king. I am not a thief. Lady Parfait also has a copy. She saw fit to provide me with a key for my own use. What? How does Parfait have a key to this place? You'll have to ask her that yourself. Once we step into town, I realize where it is that we are headed. We are going back to the Marchen. Dolores is the first person we see as soon as we enter the Marchen. Well, well, look what the cat dragged in. Dolores, you! Rod's glare silences me. He steps forward and points back at me, gaze icy. She's not staring at the palace. What? Dolores raises an eyebrow. Why is that? She works there now. I do not know what game you are playing, but I will not be a part of it. Excuse me? This is not a game. I do not want you meddling in my life as you meddled with hers. The room's temperature drops several degrees. Dolores stares at Rod, her expression suddenly lacking any emotion. With all due respect, Your Highness, I do not want to meddle with your wallowing. But just because you do not wish to break your curse doesn't mean that others shouldn't want to either. You should be humbled that our princess here thought you would be able to help her. Rod raises an eyebrow. Where is Lady Parfait? Of course you want to talk to Parfait, because she puts things nicely. Fine, I'll fetch her for you. Rod, you're being a little harsh, and I don't like that. Dolores curtsies as she sweeps out of the room. Rod sighs. He clearly looks irritated, but he doesn't put a voice to his agitation. Now that we're alone in the empty room, the silence is deafening. And so I ask him the question that has bothered me since we came here. Why do you want me out of the palace? Why do you not want to break your curse? Saving again. Okay, well, the real question is, I want to ask why you want to break your curse. You don't want to break your curse, because that's kind of bugging me too. I want to know why, to be honest. So I'm going to ask him that. I don't need to explain myself to you. Do you even know how to break your curse? I do. So why are you not doing anything? It's none of your business. I do not realize the anger inside of me at first, and then I notice that my hands are fists and that I am shaking. You are angry at me for treating your family with unkindness, and yet you do not treat me with any respect or kindness either. Excuse me? I realize that this is the angriest I have felt in a long time, and it makes words fall out of my mouth. Oh, crap. You are guilty of the same disrespect you hold me accountable for. We are both being cruel to family, aren't we? Rod's eyes are ablaze as he stalks toward me. He stops right in front of me, his mouth pressed into a firm line. Close! Okay. As you are so fond of telling Elaine, we do not share any blood. The only thing pulling us together is the king, and you do not share his morals. Remember this, Reina. You will never be part of my family. And I will never see you as a sister. Okay, well, bye. Was that not the right choice? I'm gonna go back. Okay, fine, we'll go with the easy way like you wanted. Why do you want me out of the palace? The further away you are from my family, I can't speak, dang it. The further away you are from my family, the better. I glare at him. Your reaction is completely unwarranted. I am trying to make up for what I have done in the past. Only because you are being forced to. Well, that was obviously the right choice. Haha. Why should that make any difference? Besides, I am still willing to help you break your curse, even though it appears you do not want to. I don't really... Okay, I'm just gonna fast forward. Okay. Sorry, it looks like Parfait wasn't in. She pauses, then gives me a wry smile. Seems this partnership is going well. I throw my hands up in anger. He's infuriating! I mean, I kind of feel you because Rod isn't helping at all. Not as helpful as you thought? I was surprised you were asking for his help in the first place. Yeah, I am too, surprisingly. All I've been doing today is following around Emmeline, and he still finds reason to snap at me. In his eyes, I can do nothing right, even though I am making an honest effort to break my curse. Dolores eyes me as she slides down into a chair. Has he told you anything about his curse? Nothing useful. Dolores sighs. Boys can be so secretive about the silliest things. Well, Karma was secretive about things, but it wasn't silly. Trust me. Rod has been aware of how to break his curse from the very beginning. Then why hasn't he broken it? I have no idea. I think the only other person who knows the full terms and conditions of Rod's curse is Parfait. Parfait? Parfait has known Rod for a while. She convinced him to keep coming to the Martian even after he gave up on breaking his curse. Parfait also thinks that working with you will convince Rod to try finding another way to break his curse. Another way? Don't ask me. I don't know much about his curse either. But if you keep trying, you might convince Rod to talk. I doubt that very much. It seems that all I am doing is convincing Rod that I do not deserve to break my own curse. Dolores looks at me curiously for a few moments. Then she grins. I have an idea. If it is another terrible idea... Oh no, this one's much better. I'll just stick around with you. You know, watch out for you. What? Dolores? Watch out for me? What are you doing? Oh, she's turned back into the doll. I'm surprised when Dolores suddenly stands before me in her doll form. There's no way you and Rod are going to sort yourselves out without some kind of help, so I'll be tagging along. It's much easier when I'm travel-sized, Why do I feel like she'll only make things worse? Probably not. I don't know. Come on, then. Dolores somehow manages to jump into the front pocket of my apron, which is thankfully large enough to fit her doll body. Let us go find a prince. Let's go find us a prince and get ourselves back to the palace. Chapter 4, One Step Forward. Okay. Whoop whoop. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna stop here for today. That's enough, all that. We'll continue more of Cinderella phenomenon in the next video. So far, Rod has been decreasing down the aisle, but I'll probably find out something about his curse sooner or later. But right now, he's kind of me and Rana or Lucette are on the same terms. Like, he's kind of infuriating, but at the same time, Lucette, what are you doing? Hopefully Rod's route gets a little bit better for me, because right now it's kind of for me. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys would like to see more of my videos, then click subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.